All right, guys, so 4.2b is all on substitution. So again, when we talk chapter 4, what we're really doing is we have two lines or two equations that are, let me get this drawing tool going. There we go. We have two equations that we're trying to figure out where do they meet, what's their solution. So we went over graphing, right? And when we have two equations that meet somewhere, we know that this is a solution to the equations, and we can write that as x, y. But in the real world, we don't have graphs with us all the time. So one way we can solve systems is through substitution. So your first goal with substitution is to isolate a variable. Your second goal is to plug it into the equation, to other equation we'll say, and solve for x and y. So for number one, go ahead and do this with me. Number one, there's a variable isolated. So I'm going to put a box around what the isolated variable is equal to. So we know y equals 4x. Great. Plug it into the next equation. Since this was what y equals, I'm going to plug it in for y down below. So I get x plus, no longer y, I'm plugging in 4x, because that's what y is equal to, equals 5. X plus 4x gives me 5x equals 5. I'm going to divide both sides by 5, and I get x equals 1. Now what I can do is plug x back into the equation up above that I boxed to tell me what y equals. So when I plug that in up top, I get 4 times 1, which is 5. Or sorry, 4. Woo, my brain today. 4 times 1 is 4. So an ordered pair would be 1, 4. That's where my two equations meet. All right, number 2, is there a variable isolated? Yes. Put a box around what's isolated. Draw your arrow to where you're going to plug it in. Since I know this is what x equals, I'm going to do the same thing. 3x was 3 times negative 4y plus 2y equals 20. Solve. I get negative 12y plus 2y equals 20. Negative 10y equals 20. So y is negative 2. Now I'm going to go in, plug into the equation. Negative 4 times negative 2 is equal to x, so x is 8. My ordered pair is 8, negative 2. Number 3, variable is isolated. Let's put a box here on what we know it is, x minus 1, and we're going to plug it in for y, because that's what y is equal to. So I get x plus x minus 1 equals 3. So I get 2x minus 1 is 3. So I get 2x equals 4. So x is 2. Plug back into the equation up above that I boxed. I get y equals 2 was x minus 1. So y is 1. Ordered pair 2, 1. Let's try these next ones. Down below, nothing's isolated. So we need to isolate a variable. For me, I'm going to isolate y in this first equation. To do that, I'm going to rewrite the equation. I get 3x minus y equals 4. Nothing's isolated, so I'm going to get y by itself. So I'm looking for y by itself. I have negative y equals negative 3x plus 4. I'm going to divide everything by negative 1. I get y is 3x minus 4. Great. Now I have y isolated. I'm going to plug it in to y right here. So we get 2x minus 3 times 3x minus 4 equals negative 9. So I get 2x minus 9x plus 12 equals negative 9. Okay, I'm just going to keep writing down below. I get negative 7 plus 12 equals negative 9. If I subtract 12 on both sides, I get negative 21 is negative 7x. So x has to be 3. Plug back in. 3 times 3 minus 4 is y. So 3 times 3 is 9. 9 minus 4 gives me 5. So I know y has to be 5. Ordered pair then would be 3, 5. Let's go ahead and try 5. I'm going to get x by itself. So I'm going to add y to both sides. I get x equals y plus 6. I'm going to go ahead and plug it into the other equation. 2 times y plus 6 equals 12 plus 2y. I get 2y plus 6 equals 12 plus 2y. Subtract 2y on both sides. I get 6 equals 12. Is that a true statement? No. So there are no solutions, which means if I put these in slope-intercept form, they should have the same slope. There are no solutions. All right. I'm going to have you guys go ahead and try number 6. I would isolate a variable in this bottom one. And we're going to work on 7 together. Number 7, isolate a variable. I'm going to get this y by itself. So I get y equals 5x plus 6, because I would add 5x to both sides. Next step, plug it into the other equation. So I get 2x plus 5x plus 6 equals negative 15. I get 7x plus 6 is negative 15. Subtract 6 on both sides. I get 7x equals negative 21. So x is negative 3. Plug into the previous equation to solve for y. 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. Negative 15 plus 6 is negative 9. Y has to be negative 9. Which means my ordered pair, negative 3, negative 9. I'm going to have you guys go ahead and do 8 and try 9. So you are trying for homework tonight 3 problems, 6, 8, and 9.